Diets cardiologist and healthy morning contributor, Dr. Jane Morgan, joins us now. Good morning, Dr. Morgan. Always good to see you. So how do you define an ultra-processed food? If someone is just walking down the aisles at the grocery store and is kind of having a hard time discerning between the two, what is your criteria?
Well, here are some clues, and good morning to you. You know, if the packaging is very attractive and there's a lot of branding, and something else to think about, that's probably the first clue. But also, if there's a long list of ingredients on the back of that package, that probably gives you an idea that it's ultra processed. If it's a beautiful color, these types of colors generally are not found in natural whole foods by and large. So beautiful color, covered with types of sugars, and also if it's very, very palatable or the texture is very, very attractive to you. These are all indicators that it may be an ultra processed food.
So if it doesn't look good, then we should eat it, is what you're saying, Dr. Morgan. I'm sure that.
Well, it means that we need to look at Whole Foods as being very attractive. When you pick up that apple, it doesn't come with a long list of ingredients. It doesn't come with an attractive packaging. It just already has its beautiful yellow, green, or red color. And so these are things we need to begin to understand, because there is a classification called NOVA, N-O-V-A, and it doesn't stand for anything. It's not an acronym. It's actually the name of the categorization of foods by processing, from the least processed to the most ultra processed foods. And we're beginning to understand, this is out of Brazil, how maybe this particular type of categorization of food may actually help us make healthier choices, because long term, and myself as a cardiologist, it leads to chronic inflammation in the body, heart disease, cancer, irritable bowel syndrome, arthritis, all types of things, as we begin to look at gut flora, we think are related to the ultra processing of these foods. And it's a question of whether or not we can even call them foods, because they really are created and manufactured for us. We're not able to reproduce these types of foods in our kitchen.
Gosh, when you put it like that, manufacture, that says a lot. And I don't think I ever paid more attention to labels and ingredients than I did since having my son, and now thinking about what foods he's eating every day and setting up his plate properly. I want to go over some of the food that we have here, because these are some things that we may look at in the grocery store and say, oh, that's healthy. Like when I think about a healthy snack, I think, okay, these granola bars, yogurt, all things that we think are healthy. Now, which ones, we're gonna go through them, are ultra processed and just plain processed? Okay, so let's talk about Frosted Flakes. This is my favorite cereal, Dr. Morgan. I have not eaten it in a very long time, but this is my favorite cereal. I can eat an entire box. Ultra processed or just plain processed?
Yes, I would call that ultra processed. That's a dessert.
I know, that's why I like it so much. Okay, facts, period, I get it.
That's why you like it.
Yeah.
And that's a great indicator. That's another point. If it's somewhat addictive, you really, really, really like it.
Yeah, okay, all right, I'll point taken. Okay, so soup here, Campbell's, what about that?
Yeah, canned is processed. I mean, you know, it's not ultra processed, but it's processed. You know, freezing, baking, canning. That's sort of that second level of this process.
Got it. Now, what about these snap peas? I've heard of these as snacks, and they're really yummy. I've had some ultra processed. I mean, I guess it's ultra.
You know, I would need to look at the back of it for the list of ingredients, but that sounds okay. That actually sounds as if it's probably okay.
There's 7 ingredients in here.
Yeah, well, it's starting to get a little long. The packaging doesn't look over the top. It doesn't look as if it's specifically targeted for children and adolescents.
Got it.
That could be okay.
Okay, how about these Nature Valley? This is our last one. The list is long.
Granola bars. You know, what you have to think about with granola bars is what's holding all that stuff together. What is the glue that we are gelling all of this together?
Yeah.
That's also an indicator if it's not the way that we naturally find it, you know, in nature. And so there's probably corn syrup or something that is gluing this together to make that bar, and that probably then is not the healthiest choice.
Yeah. All right. This is, and I can't pronounce some of it too, so that's also a good indicator. Dr. Morgan.
Another good indicator.
Always good to see you and have you on for your expertise. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a great morning.
Thanks, you too. All right. And